Hi guys, it's Simon C. Welcome to this new AI radar. Today I have for you 3 articles about bias in artificial intelligence. Scott Fulton III on ZNet points out that selection algorithms everywhere are exhibiting traits that appear to be racist, sexist, and otherwise discriminatory. In short, they exhibit bias. He wonders whether the reason for bias may be neuropathic neural networks or people themselves. If bias is endemic, he says, then by definition it must be a pattern, and neural networks are supposed to be good at detecting patterns. He then reports a thought by Vijay Janapa Reddy, associate professor at the John A. Paulson School of Engineering at Harvard University, who tends to think of bias very much as what the model has been taught. So, if it only sees one set of demographics when it's getting taught, then naturally when you ask it for responses, it's going to base all of its responses on whatever it's been given it in the past. On the other hand, he points out 2 ways to neutralize bias: context and control over scenarios, not over facts. Indeed, explains Fulton III, out in the universe that's immensely greater than a few mere datasets, we have the virtual context of being able to compare the measurements we take with the world we think we see. Second, he reports that both the Penn State Purdue team and the MIT Toronto team are on the cusp of reaching this discovery that we can't change the facts by changing the input data. But we can change the scenario that gave rise to those facts, and we can do so more aggressively by rethinking error as a precise measurement of unmade process. When we compare the word we want to the word we've recorded, he says, the difference between the two is a fathoming of the distance we have yet to go. Pretty poetic. In that experiment, says Fulton III, bias is your friend. Oren Etzioni, CEO of the Allen Institute for Artificial Intelligence, and Michael Lee, founder and CEO of the Data Incubator, write on Wired that in order to achieve increased transparency, they advocate for auditable artificial intelligence, an AI system that is queried externally with hypothetical cases like changing the gender of a defendant or loan applicants residing in a historical minority neighborhood. Those hypothetical cases can be either synthetic or real, allowing automated instantaneous interrogation of the model. It's a straightforward way to monitor AI system for signs of bias or brittleness, claimed too. They also claim that auditable artificial intelligence has several advantages over explainable AI because, first, having a neutral third party investigate this question is a far better check on bias than explanation controlled by the algorithm's creator. Second, this means the producers of the AI software don't have to expose trade secrets of their proprietary systems and datasets. Thus, AI audits will likely face less resistance. Auditing is complementary to explanations, they say. In fact, auditing can help to investigate and validate or invalidate artificial intelligence explanations. Last February, advisor and former CIA officer Yael Eisenstat wrote on Wired that the tech industry is not doing enough to address apparently racist algorithms and political biases. I added apparently. Tech companies should train their engineers and data scientists on understanding cognitive bias as well as how to combat it. She points out that, as countless studies and publications have shown, humans cannot wholly avoid bias. Hence, no matter how trained or skilled you may be, it is 100% human to rely on cognitive bias to make decisions. Referring to how Facebook, her last employer, has repeatedly come under attack for a variety of bias-laden algorithms, she says that she has no doubt that her co-workers feel that they are building products that have been tested and analyzed to ensure they are not perpetrating the nastiest biases. But, adds Eisenstat, Facebook has created its own sort of insular bubble in which its employees' perception of the world is the product of a number of biases that are engineered within the Silicon Valley tech and innovation scene. That's why, in her opinion, the tech industry needs to actually invest in real cognitive bias training and empower two experts to address these issues. Countering bias takes work, as humans continue to train models on everything from stopping hate speech online to labeling political advertising to more fair and equitable hiring and promotion practices. Such work is crucial, she adds. Becoming over-reliant on data, which in itself is a product of availability bias, is, she adds, a huge part of the problem. There is not always a strict data-driven answer to human nature. The belief that simply running a dataset will solve for every challenge and every bias is problematic and myopic. A bias itself. To counter algorithmic machine and AI bias, she suggests, human intelligence must be incorporated into solutions as opposed to an over-reliance on so-called pure data. Okay guys, it's all for today. See you next time with AI Radar. Bye.